Okay, so no prizes for guessing that this is a small robot. That's the extent of my knowledge. Sarah, tell me more.
Yes, so I'm Sarah, and I'm one of the directors and founding team of Small Robot Company. So a very Ron Seal name. We have small robots. They're actually not as small as this anymore. This is like ancient history now. It's like our earliest robot from 2018. They're now more like the size of a quad bike or something. But in a nutshell, what we're doing is reimagining farming with robots and artificial intelligence to make it more efficient, productive, and sustainable.
So why did they get bigger? Because Tom, Dick and Harry, as they were magically called, started off quite little, didn't they?
Well, can you see this working in Canada?
Well, you'd need more than one.
Exactly. No, that's true. We are going to have swarms. But no, for a proof of concept prototype, you actually want to stay very small to prove the concept. You don't want to spend lots of money on big, expensive computer chips and so on, just to prove that you can do something. So all of the research and development work we've done actually to date has been funded by Innovate UK. It's fair to say we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Innovate UK. They've given us close on 2 million to date. This doesn't look like much, but it was £1 million worth of R&D, mainly on the software, the smarts, the intelligence behind the robots, the artificial intelligence.
I'm standing away from it because I really don't want to knock it over. So when will something bigger than this actually be on a real farm?
Oh, so we've got our Tom V3. Oh, sorry, just realised none of my slides are up, which is here, so you can't even see it. But
I'm in the way.
The size of a quad bike is already...
There you go.
Already on 3 farms, including the Waitrose Leckford estate and a couple of others. And we're going on to 30 farms in the autumn with Tom V4, and then 100 or so the year after that. So sooner than you'd think. I know it's always like robots are going to happen in 5 years' time, but no, it really is now happening, finally.
You've been working with CHAP. How helpful have they been?
Oh gosh, absolutely invaluable. So one of the difficulties, obviously, with the complexity of what we're trying to do is the expertise and the knowledge. So we were initially, when we started working with CHAP, quite a small team. We had really good kind of top level knowledge, but to get that really drill down perspective on things like nozzle control for precision spraying, it's actually really complicated. They were very good at introducing us to the right partners, the experts and scientists, and things like how do you get essentially a nozzle that's been designed to cover a whole field as quickly as possible. How do you redesign it to instead just get to one plant? So that's the kind of knowledge that they've brought to the picture. We've been doing 3 successful projects now with CHAP. The Slugbot one has recently been completed. And that one, I mean, like, just to come back to the point that was made earlier about it's taxpayers' money, it has to be measured. All projects are measured at the end by Innovate UK and an outside assessor, and they rated that one of the most successful projects that they'd ever done, and partly because of the project management from CHAP was so slick.
That's your cue. Lindsay, what did you do to help?
Well, I didn't personally do anything, but as the CHAP's commercial director, we helped raise funds for the projects from Innovate UK. We introduced the project management to the projects. We introduced small robots to Rothamsted in our fine phenotyping laboratory. And as members, we also introduced small robots to Fotenix, and they've since completed a successful project.
Yes, so that's worth pointing out there. That slug disco there, that was part of the Slugbot project. Fotenix helped us work on identifying slugs with hyperspectral cameras so that we can find them and kill them very gently with nematodes.
So, on that note, lighting up a slug so it can be gently murdered. I'm sure it's more technical. What do you actually do?
How long have you got? Yeah. No, so we work as an ability provider. So quite well from that introduction, what we effectively provide are cameras and illumination techniques that enable us to embed data-driven decisions that can be used by farm services providers. So people that provide robotic equipment, people that provide vertical farms can use our cameras and our services to automate and really target what we've heard today about precision, and to be able to act based on what the plant's actually responding, which we think is important for both sustainable and regenerative food systems. The system that you see up on there, if I click next, you should see it. there we go, is installed in CHAP's Fine Phenotyping Centre. And really what that's drilling down on is the lack of labelled and high quality data that we have in agriculture. So for us to be able to embed capabilities that have been de-risked, that have been proven, that can work at an early stage to make an impact on farm, we need training sets of data, high quality data of different levels of infection and different crops. And that's what we use with CHAP to be able to embed that. And they use the system that we installed in their site, and it was able to demonstrate pre-symptomatic detection, so early detection of disease that enables impact. Within 18 months of installing that piece of equipment with CHAP, we were picked up by 2 of the biggest ag chem breeders that use it now to generate new seed varieties for our sector, so that we can start to protect our crops and our farms without using any chemicals, well, with reducing the need for that. And this is where we come on to what we do with CHAP nowadays, is actually working with the bigger consortiums and the collaborations. So taking that capability and embedding our detection onto great innovative products and services. You know, we're a very small part. We focus on diagnosis and detection. What that decision has done with that is really important. And whether you're a vertical farm provider, a robot and an arable farm or a horticultural farm, it really doesn't matter to the system. It operates within that.
And in fact, this one, I think that's the strawberry one, isn't it? There.
On the top.
On the top.
Yes,
and
that was on Country File.
It was, yes, I did that. And so I'm so glad you remembered. And one of the interesting things about that it did replace a night shift.
Yes. Yeah, it did. And really it was working in tandem. So that was Saga Robotics and Lincoln. They have a great process of UV treatment, and they were looking at how they could detect the disease and actually really target that. One thing I will do, I'm standing holding it, I will admit, we did a trial recently with CHAP from a new product that's not been released yet, which is about embedding this capability in the hands of farmers and providers. So it was the fact that now no longer do we need to have expensive piece of equipment to label this data. We can put it in the hands of people going out on farm, and they can just click that button.
But what does it do? Whoa.
Scans. That's how quickly it scans.
It's like a
through
disco
different
light.
wavelengths. It is effectively a disco light.
So it's a disco light, and it will scan and tell me what?
It'll tell you where disease is, and it doesn't rely on wavelengths that you see on your eye. So a lot of the literature in plant pathology and the way that we respond to things is someone visually detecting something, and then we wonder why it takes so long. You know, you don't walk into a doctor's surgery and get told, looked up and down and given a pill anymore. They will use technology and abilities to do it precisely, and that's what we're embedding within the agricultural sector with the help of agronomists and farm workers.
And the idea would be that I, as a farmer, I could just get one of those.
You can get
That's
one of
all I
those, and your advisory services would be able to help with that. You become like a radiology department for agriculture.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.